Oh God, it is happening again. It is happening again. Like, why are they still talking about this? It is Sunday. It is Sunday. This shit happened on Wednesday. Why exactly are they still talking about this? I get it. I get it. You might be saying, oh, why are you still talking about this? Because I am a one-person show and I am responding. I am not going to go all crazy, like keep talking about the Alyssa Thomas situation unless we keep hearing bullshit. It is as simple as that. And over the last 48 hours, Alyssa Thomas has now been made to be Mother Teresa. This is like when people started saying that Kennedy Carter's attitude was good. And that, the reason why... Do you remember last year when people were saying the reason why Kennedy Carter was out of the league was because she cheap shot Caitlin? Like, madness. And it was people that were Caitlin fans that, Kennedy's way too good to be out of the league. Get Kennedy back. But yeah, you've got Sid Colson, former teammate of Caitlin Clark. And by the way, a person who was on the receiving end of an uncalled cheap shot a year ago. Like, she nearly got her knee blown out by JC Sheldon. Do we not remember? Sid Colson has a ball in front of her, and she's going down to pick it up. And JC Sheldon basically slide tackles her. She has no idea what's going on. She gets slide tackled by JC Sheldon, and she's gone for the game. Like, she nearly blew her knee out from a cheap shot that was uncalled. And now she's just like, oh, do I think it's flagrant? Not up. I grew up in an era where it's very physical, and this is the least of what I consider a flagrant 2. Are you fucking shitting me? Like, you've got NBA players reacting to this clip laughing and you got NBA, NFL players like, Caitlin needs to fight somebody. They're like, this is bad. Like, she's just getting punked. Caitlin needs to fight somebody. In that way. And you got Chinea Nwumike here. I'm going to be real. I'm going to play this while showing this picture. Heavily implies that Caitlin flopped. That this is a flop. Let's take a listen.
Overall, officiating has been a universal issue this year. And that's not the goal of any league, but this is the reality. And when you think about the imperative to call more fouls, we're seeing the highest scoring season ever in WNBA history. That's largely because they're calling more fouls, right? Games are no longer...
It's not because they're calling more fouls. Like, if you subtract the extra free throws, it would make no difference. The reason why it's the highest scoring game in NBA history is because you can't beat it's nothing to do with the free throws. It's because you can't beat the shit out of people, so guards are able to play. Like, I don't think people understand. You were able to hand check guards. And not only hand check them, you were able to literally just beat the shit out of guards. The game flipped from, unless you are Aja Wilson or Stewie, or a modern big like Leah Boston or an Owl Pham or a Malonga. The game changed from a bigs game to a guards game. That is literally why the scoring is up, because there's more possessions and guards are able to get downhill and score easier. And if guards are able to get downhill easier, there's going to be more shooting opportunities.
Longer 2 hours, they're 2.5 hours long. So you're seeing that there's an imperative to call more fouls, but there's still a lack of situational awareness or a lack of control of the game by the refs. You can call fouls, but is it dictating how one game is played from the other? Because you can see one game where one is super physical and one where people are dropping 50.
It was nothing to do with the referees when Marina Mabry dropped 50. The Sparks just suck.
There's been a lack of consistency, and this creates a problem in...
I actually agree with that. The refs are shit.
Magnifier matchups. And this is a magnifier matchup when you look back at it. Alyssa Thomas, Caitlin Clark, both dominant players.
The refs lost control of the game before. And the refs completely lost control of this one. Everyone thought, oh yeah, nothing's going to happen in this game because there was nearly a brawl the game before. And no one told the Phoenix Mercury that, no one told the refs keep this clean because, Phoenix Mercury took Caitlin out of the air twice and then this happened.
But Alyssa plays on the edge. I know her. Yep. And Caitlin sometimes embellishes at times in certain instances.
You can say Caitlin embellishes. This isn't one of those times. This is a heavily implying that Caitlin Clark is flopping. This is heavily implying Caitlin Clark flopped. Chinea, you are heavily implying it. I'm not saying you're saying it. You are heavily implying she's flopping.
I know her, and Caitlin sometimes embellishes at times in certain instances. And so when you have a scrum, like you said, there needs to be a vigilance, but also this created a position where the league is now forced to be reactive. And instead of having a control of not just calling fouls, now the league is reacting and doing something that it rarely does on a non-call.
But, like, I don't think people understand. The reason why the league suspended her is because it was a non-call. That's why it was a suspension in every sport. Why is the WNBA pretending that this is a new thing? I'm sorry, in every sport, other than like soccer, which has VAR, anyone has seen it. There's been so many games. Anyone who's ever watched a sport knows that a referee has their back turned and people have fucking been caught punching other people and the referee has ignored it. Like, Luis Suarez bit another player. He bit somebody and the ref didn't see it. Chiellini walked up to the ref showing the bite marks in his arm, and Suarez ended the game. With no VAR, Suarez then got banned for 8 months. So by the logic of, it was a no call because the referees didn't call it. The refs were staring right at it. And there's the ballroom dancer ref, who, if you actually look, she's the Scott Foster to Caitlin Clark CP3. Like, she is her Scott Foster. Like, every single game time she refs Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever have a -20 free throw difference. I'm not even exaggerating that. I think it's -20 every single game. Like, it is hilariously bad. Like, she is legitimately like this Caitlin Clark Scott Foster.
And instituting a suspension. Yeah. And to me, that was unique. But I'll lastly say this.
It's definitely not unique. And if it is unique, that means the league has been fucked in the past. And they're not retroactively suspending people for missed dirty plays.
Because that largely happened because of the optics.
Yeah.
No, it didn't happen because of the optics. I mean, yeah, the optics of that she went for her 3 fucking times. And on Monday, she went for her and missed.
In game flow, if you're watching in game speed, I was watching in game speed. I didn't really notice too much because
the angle. Because of the I don't understand why people are saying this. In game speed, you're not going to notice. In game speed, nobody noticed that Victoria Vivian threw a fucking punch at Caitlin Clark in her rookie year. You do realize that, right? In game speed, Caitlin Clark got teed up because Victoria Vivian's got in front of her and fucking punched her. Like, she got teed up because she reacted to getting punched in the neck. Like, I'm sorry. In game speed, because of the camera, it looked like Alyssa Thomas fell. You can't see through. No one has X-ray vision. If game speed was from the other angle, because you can see Connor McCaffrey and Tyrese Halliburton getting up and pointing because they were at an angle where they could see what happened. If game speed was at that angle, it looks equally as bad. I mean that. Like, you look at the videos at that angle and put it up to 100% speed. It looks equally as bad as slow motion. It was not because of game speed and slow motion. It was literally because the angle that we watched it in the game, you can't see through Alyssa Thomas's body.
People hit the ground all the time. Yeah. But then when narratives are created based off of a freeze frame, that can create a huge problem. And
It's not. If this was anyone but Alyssa Thomas, this wouldn't be a thing. This is like when Draymond choked somebody. Like, I'm sorry. This is like when Draymond hit somebody. He's done it too many fucking times. It's obviously intentional.
In slow motion.
Yes, the league was reacting to the optics of that image.
Yeah, which is what Tibbetts was saying, right?
Yeah, like if you walk by me and I'm doing this, but then if you play it faster and you see I was actually doing this,
right,
to move my nose, it looked different in freeze frame.
But the bigger picture issue here is that
yes, like, oh, you're making a weird face. You don't punch someone in the fucking neck. This looks really bad. I'll admit it. It looks worse in a freeze frame than in real time. It's still a flagrant 2 in real time. The freeze frame makes it look like a suspender for the year. Send her to fucking jail. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Like, let's be very real. That clip is probably going to go viral, me just saying that out of context. But it is not that bad. Yes, the freeze frame makes it look worse. The freeze frame makes it look 10 out of 10 the worst thing you've ever seen on a basketball court. It's still an obvious flagrant 2 without the freeze frame. And 1 game suspension. Like, that is an obvious minimum punishment.
That, like, in that situation, if you're watching it in real time, both players who are known to make their issues known got up and kept going.
Caitlin didn't get up and keep going. She didn't. She got up, complained to one ref, complained to another ref, complained to the third ref, and then sprinted back into the corner and just jumped nearly out of bounds to try and block a shot because they played 5-on-4 because Caitlin complained to every ref individually. Like, what are we talking about?
That was my
and so
thing.
that's why I have a problem, because if you're looking at the reaction even to this day, it breaks my heart, because players, even in Alyssa Thomas's caliber, whether you think she did it intentionally or not, she's dealing with a heightened level of vitriol right now.
Yeah, no shit. Don't beat the I mean this when I say this. The two things are very true. No, that is not right. Obviously, the shit that Alyssa Thomas gets is not right. Hopefully, like, you know, the one in the team, like, she has a close-knit thing. But there's also a situation where that doesn't happen if you don't do this. Let's be very clear. Let's be very, very fucking clear. Like, I'm sorry, if you don't think that Ryan Shawcross, when he snapped Aaron Ramsey's leg 15 years ago in football, he got booed at Arsenal for 10 years. He got abuse from Arsenal fans. He's gotten death threats from Arsenal fans for 10 years because of something he did on the pitch. None of it's right. But if you don't snap someone's leg, that doesn't happen. None of this happens if Alyssa Thomas doesn't do this. Let's be very clear. And I'm not saying she brings it on herself, because obviously that's fucking wrong. But it's like, oh, these people are getting heightened vitriol. Well, don't cheap shot other people. Like, it is obviously not. Like, I hate, like, both of those things have to be true, where it's like Kennedy, people are like, oh, Kennedy Carter. But just don't do it. Just don't fucking cheap shot somebody. It's kind of as easy as that. And yeah, obviously, Alyssa Thomas has gotten so much abuse, because the fact is that, like, I know myself. I know my fucking self. Like, I get fucking death threats on the monthly basis. Like, I'm someone who's been in I'm not going to say the public eye, but, like, been in the kind of online eye as a semi-relevant online public figure for a fucking decade. It's shit. It is really shit, and I hope, I wish it on, I don't wish it on anybody. I don't wish that shit on anybody. But let's be very clear. Even though the outcome isn't right, and none of it's right, like, and I'm not saying, oh, you bring that on yourself, because nobody brings the level of vitriol that Alyssa Thomas has gotten on themselves. But, like, you can absolutely do or not do things that will drastically decrease that. Because let's be real, if you're online saying controversial things on any extreme, you're going to get hate from the other extreme. And, like, when that happens, it's like, and I'm just using that as an example. When that happens, is the hate right? No. Does it happen? Yeah. Does it come into territory? Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, it comes to territory. If you cheap shot another player who has millions of fans, it's going to happen. Is it right? No, it's going to happen. She's not, and the fucking league are trying to make her act like she's make it out like she's Mother Teresa. She's not. She's the dirtiest player in the league. She's a cheap shot artist. Everyone's been saying it for years. Let's be very clear. The rules have changed. The rules have changed with her ref in the game, because she is a cheap shot artist. Like, that is, like, you can there's all these different nuances and different things, but, like, it can all be boiled down to, she is a cheap shot artist. None of this shit happens if she doesn't recklessly run through Nafisa Collier's leg and break her. If she doesn't break Nafisa Collier, there's no referee committee and all this shit. There's no Kathy Engelbert rant from Nafisa Collier if she doesn't break her. Let's be very honest on that. Like, if this was a situation where, I don't know, like, people are defending JC Sheldon. JC Sheldon's a reckless player. And to an extent, by the way, Caitlin Clark is a reckless player. As in, Caitlin Clark, she flails and doesn't care what she hits on a flail. There are players that they do certain reckless things. They do very reckless things. I'm going to be real. And there are times where Caitlin Clark absolutely makes reckless plays. People just keep showing Caitlin Clark things. Alyssa Thomas is not that. Like, there's a difference between doing something and not really caring where your arm goes. And, like, I'm going to be real. When you jump on somebody and throw in a knee on top of them where no one can see it, that is a vet dirty play. Anyone who's ever played basketball knows that there are some vet players that are like, they'll do shit. Like, if you're going for a rebound and you're in a position with the ref, they'll hook your arm so that you can't leave your arm up. Like, everybody who's ever played ball at any level knows that there are some moves vets make, and, like, they will hurt other people. And the refs will never see them. That's what Alyssa Thomas is good at. She doesn't play on the line. She crosses the line. There are people that play on the edge. She's so far past the line. And again, She is part of the reason why the rules haven't changed, but why the game is being enforced and ref differently. Is a lot of it is her. It's her. She was the poster child of this shit can't go. And now she's Mother Teresa. Fucking joke. And also, ESPN implying Caitlin embellished the contact, flopped, and got back in defense. No, she didn't. She lay on the ground, took the contact, and then ran to every ref, and then sprinted back in defense and just threw her arm at a block and attempted to block the last minute because she nearly gave a basket in a 5-4 situation. The fucking joke, man.